Yeah, good morning, everyone. Happy weekend. Um, to those of us joining from Nigeria, yet a good morning. And as for many other persons joining from other part of the world, it's a good afternoon, good evening, good whatever time you are over there. It's a wonderful time we're having today. If you were available yesterday and you saw the day one of this conference, it is very great. It is amazing. But then, if you thought it was great, then I'm here to tell you that you've not seen nothing yet. Because today is going to be greater. We had two great speakers yesterday. Today, we'll be having three great speakers, powerful people. And so, it is the investment conference two. We had the one last year. It wasn't a virtual conference, it was a physical one. It was great. And this time around, we had to for a virtual conference because of the happenings around. And I'm assuring you that it's going to be greater than you can imagine. Without much ado, without wasting much of our time, we're going to begin the conference. And so I declare the conference open as I call on Olaoluwa Tumishe to give us the welcome address. Tumishe, you're welcome.
Yes, good morning, everyone from Nigeria, Africa, and other continents. I greet you. Good morning, good afternoon from every part of the world. My name is Tumishola Olua. Yes, we really want to welcome you guys to the second day of the investment conference. Yes, because we have designed this for you, for millennials to be able to leverage on financial education in order for them to build their personal wealth. And that is why yesterday we had a financial intelligence expert on board, and also we had the CEO and co-founder of Tro Finance on board, just to educate us, empower us, and equip us with financial intelligence. So today we proceed to the day two of the conference, and so we want to welcome you all to today's conference. I hope that you stick with us and you get the best from the conference today. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Tumishe. Thank you. Uh, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be doing this. I'm going to be the moderator for today, and my name is Tommy. I'll be doing this alongside Osai. He's an analyst. You may not be able to see his face. He's going to speak. He's going to. Those are the kind of persons that are active behind the curtain. He's going to be operating from the background. Well, let's move to the next agenda. The next program on our agenda, and it is the brief history of the investment consortium. So, still analyst Olaoluwa Tumishe, would you please tell us about TIC? What do you do? What does TIC look like? What is the mission, the vision, and just tell us what TIC is.
Okay, so great. TIC from the word from the acronym TIC, it means the Investment Consortium. So this is a student run organization that was founded on the 28th of August 2018. It was founded based on the need to empower students with financial knowledge, not just the beyond their classroom. So not just the book knowledge, but financial knowledge to bridge the gap of financial education, how money works. That is why TIC, the Investment Consortium, was founded in the University of Benin in 2018. And at first, we had few students, close to 10, and currently now we have a large capacity of students, via which we uh, we mentor and we tutor and we train, in the area of finance investment. And also, we want to help students to build a formidable career in finance for those who want to go into investment banking, asset management, portfolio management, and other aspect of finance. More that's one of the those are the aspects that TIC, the Investment Consortium, is focused on. So the Investment Consortium has also done a couple of trainings. In 2018, 2019 rather, we had an industrial visit to one of the leading investment banks in Nigeria, and also we visited a brokerage firm. So these are the things we do. We go on field trips. We go on picnics just to educate ourselves, because we believe that what exposure is part of education. Yes, thank you very much. So we are welcoming you to this conference as you join the investment consortium. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Analyst Tumishi. Thank you.
Yeah, you're
All
welcome.
right, it is time for us to, get the dose for today. The first meal for today. I have the privilege, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce to you Ayo Akinola, who is the head business development for PiggyVest. The technical crew, please, can you, display the profile of Ayo Akinola on the screen? All right. That is the profile of Ayo Akinola, the head business development. Ayo Akinola is a tech entrepreneur with a forte in sales and business development. He's a co-founder of the company, and you can also see everything on your screen. That is to tell you that we are having a great speaker this morning, a person who is filled with experience and knowledge, and is going to be giving us the first dose today. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, would you please welcome uh, Ayo Akinola? You have the floor, sir.
Okay, great. Our speaker is will be joining us in few minutes time. Few minutes time, and I believe he will join us in the next 5 minutes. Okay, he will be joining us now. Sorry, Yeah, I guess he has some technical issues at his end. He will be joining us now. Now. He will be joining us now. Let's wait for him. In a few minutes time. He's having some technical issues. He'll be joining us soonest. Okay, thank you very much for your patience. Okay, sorry, please. It's part of those awful circumstances. It would be on air soonest. Trying to reach out to him. He said he'll be joining us soon. Yes. Sorry for the delay. He will be joining us soon, and we'll have a fantastic session. Yes, a fantastic session. Prior to he joining us, just to prepare our mind that a recap of what we learned yesterday. We are made to understand that wealth is the access to wealth is made more possible than ever before. So, in our contemporary time in which we are now, there is high possibility of becoming wealthy than some many years back, given the access to technology and a lot of things like that. So let us also not forget that our speaker make us understand that one of the least ways for financial intelligence is to be holding cash, which means we are to invest. That no matter how little, nothing. He said, no amount is too small. No amount is too small. And of course, as we have a sponsor of this conference, the Trove Finance, who are major sponsors of TICY because they are passionate about financial inclusion and also promoting financial intelligence, which is what we are passionate about. So, today is a very fantastic day. We have our speaker with us now. Yes, you're welcome, sir.
How's it going, guys?
Yeah, it's
You're
going great.
welcome, Mr. Hayo. It's a pleasure
Yeah,
having you.
yeah. I had a small issue joining early on because I had to get Chrome on, but we're fine now. I'm good.
You're welcome. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, good to have you guys.
Yeah, good to
It's a
have you.
pleasure, sir.
Yeah, so we've done the introduction. we've introduced you already, so we were waiting
Oh,
for you
okay.
to proceed. So you're welcome, sir. You have the floor now, sir.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you can see me. I'm just trying to. Can everyone see me? Are we good?
Yes, we are
All
good. We
right.
can
Cool.
see you from Facebook and YouTube.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we have everyone watching from different places. Nice.
Yes,
Nice.
yeah.
Thank you,
Even
guys.
LinkedIn can see you
Ah,
from
even
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Okay, awesome, awesome. Thank you guys so much for having me. A big shout out to the organizers, to Tunishe. Thank you so much for letting me be on this platform. I know it has been a long time coming. You guys have been planning it for a bit, and it should have been, a physical event. I would have loved it to be, but Rona and COVID are still in the building, so we have to be careful. But then again, thank you guys so much for having me. Um, Before I shoot into the topic of the day, guys, well, basically financial intelligence and that's facing the future, right? I'll do a small intro. My name is Ayo Akinola. I head business development at PiggyVest. Before then, I failed at so many different products. Uh, the PVS core team has been together since 2011, and we've done so many different things, and we've failed at so many different things. So I believe that if at all I don't know anything yet, at least I know what not to do. So I'm a very good addition to any team. I can tell you where or which road you should not go through, because we've been through a lot of mistakes. And in 2016, PVS started, and basically now, my goal is to spread as much financial literacy, as much financial knowledge to young people, because I believe if young people get to know how money works early on, uh, it leads us to a brighter financial future. Very good. Okay, so well, talking about financial futures, there is there is a term that I really love using a lot. Well, I like the term. It's called the butterfly effect. I don't know if anyone here has heard that term before. But basically, the butterfly effect was a term that was first coined in the 60s by some guy named Edward Lawrence, right? While he was modeling weather patterns. Basically, what he meant was that a hurricane in Ibadan, right, or a hurricane happening in Lagos today could be caused by a butterfly that is flapping its wings somewhere in Sokoto, right? So, but thank God we don't have hurricanes in Nigeria, so we don't have to worry about our butterflies. Um, Mosquitoes are a different ball game. So yeah, but thank God we're on the safe side of the planet, right? So I go around talking about money, and so I'm here. We're here to talk about finance. We're here to talk about money. They say money cannot buy happiness, but my people, poverty cannot buy happiness too, right? And money can buy a lot of really cool stuff, a lot of really, really amazing things. So, my friends, by all good means, please have plenty money, plenty money. I'm sure a lot of us here we use money every day, right? We use money every day. It's part of our life, basically. So you might ask me, okay, Ayo, you talked about the butterfly effect. What does it have to do with my financial future, right? Well, from the butterfly effect, right, we know that small movements or small actions can have a lasting effect, even after the action has stopped. Now, let me go back to that butterfly that was flapping its wings in Sokoto. It flapped its wings in Sokoto, but those small wings moved all the way from Sokoto, started gathering momentum, and caused a whirlwind or a tornado somewhere in Lagos, right? So small effects and small actions can have a lasting, small actions can have a lasting effect even after the action has stopped. So this means that little changes to how we manage our money now can have a lasting effect in our future. That's basically what it means. So for me, the term the butterfly effect is all about action and consequences. And then when you put that into money or put that into finance, it means the exact same thing, right? So let's do a quick exercise. Sadly, I can't see everybody, but if you're with me, just let's do this exercise. Just close your eyes for a few seconds, just for a few seconds. And don't worry, we're not about to pray. Wait, close your eyes for a few seconds and try to fast forward to when you are like 60 years old or 70 years old, right? Now, close your eyes and think of when you are that old. Now, based on how you've been spending and managing your money now, the way you're spending your money now, today, how do you think your financial future, or when you're 60 or 70, how do you think it's going to look like based on how you're spending and managing your money today? Right? And so some of you will be like, well, anyways, however it looks, it is the consequence. It will be the consequences of the actions that we're taking now, right? All the choices that we're making along the way. And I'm guessing everyone that is watching this right now want to have a secure financial future by the time we hit 65. Well, 65 is too. By the time we hit 40, 45, we want to be gallant. We want to be chilling. We don't want to be stressing anymore. Am I right? Right? Even much earlier. So if we want all that, we all need to be considering what actions that we should be taking right now from today. Now, I'm sure some of us, or most of us here, earn some type of money, right? Some type of, either it's pocket money, or either it's salary, or dividend or something. You earn something that is coming to you, business, whatever it is. Now let's tell ourselves the truth, in this Nigeria. That money that we earn every month is never enough for that month. Right? So you get pocket money, or you get a salary, or your business pays you, and ideally it's supposed to last a month. Right? So the first week now we're balling, we're going to KFC, Domino's, watch a few movies in the cinema, because it's still the first week of the month. You're balling, money just landed, you know what I'm saying? Second week, you're like, okay, I can still go to Domino's, I can still buy the small pizza. Third week like this, you'll be like, oh my God, there's rice at home. We're back to Gary things, right? So that money never really lasts. Truth is, although it might not be enough, there's still ways that we could, should I say, manage our finances. And the truth is this, guys, you need to listen to this. The truth is that we are going broke too fast. Yeah. We're going broke too fast. But guys, with small changes in our choices and our actions, we can influence the way our money will last, the way our financial future would be. So I know the other speakers are going to probably talk a little more on investing your money and even maybe making money. I feel there are three forms of money for me. I call them forms. People call it anything else, right? There is making money, three forms. There's making money. That's basically how you earn, right? That's making money. There is keeping money, right? So keeping money, savings, right? How does that money? How long does that money last, right? So when you earn money, you want to keep money. And then there's a third form, which is growing money. And that's when you talk about investments, right? What are you using your money to do, right? In my brief talk now, I'm just going to center quickly on the last two, right? I'm going to center quickly on the last two. I don't know how questions come in on this one, maybe it's afterwards, but if you have questions, please just be dropping them. Maybe we'll take care of that later. So guys, Let's look at a few tips, or few changes that we can make to have a even more secure financial future. We good? So let me see. Let me give 4 of them. Right. Number 1, the first thing you want to do to have an even more secure financial future is you need to evaluate your spending. That, to me, is the first step. You need to evaluate your spending. One quick question, guys. What is costing you the most money now? Just take a few seconds to think about it. What is costing you the most money? For me, is food and data. I think, yeah. For me, it's food and data. I don't know if other people are on the same table with me, but for me, it's food and data. The amount of money that people that we spend, that me I spend buying food in a year. If you go to your bank and ask for your bank statement or your app or something and check, between January till now, right? January this year or not too far, January and now, you'll be shocked at how much money has actually passed through you. You look at your bank account, might be like 10,000 that is left inside, but the amount of money that would have passed through that bank account and going to food and going to data, you will be so shocked, right? So here's the thing. You need to evaluate your spending and then start to cut down on things in order to make those little changes, right? Now, you don't need to have GoTV, Netflix, Disney Plus, DSTV before you can actually watch a movie, right? You don't need to have Apple Music, Deezer, Spotify. You don't need to have it all at the same time before you can listen to music. What other example can I use? You don't need to have the iPhone 11 Pro Max Plus Square or the Samsung GX Submarine. I don't know what they call it these days, but you don't need to have those to in order for you to make a phone call or even take a picture. Right now, don't get me wrong. You are more than willing and welcome to get these things. You can get these things. But I always tell people, the only time you should be buying something that you don't necessarily need, something that is just a want, the only time you should be buying it is if you can afford it 3 times over. That is, at that spot, if you can pay for it 3 times, then you can buy it. If you cannot pay for it 3 times, if it's not an investment or something that is actually a need, then you have no business buying it. Because most of the time, we only spend so much money on things we don't need. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you something that really bothers me. A lot of times, 98% of the time, we don't do it because of us. We do it because of other people, right? But I don't understand how you will stress yourself, spend all your money just to try to impress people that you don't even like. I don't get it sometimes. So we have to sit back, take a look at our books, and then evaluate our spending. That's the first tip. Tip number 1, evaluate your spending. Okay, tip number 2, I'll try to run through this because of time. The second tip, set financial goals, guys. Set financial goals. We've all been hearing of goals, vision, all this, aspire to aspire things. We heard about it a lot. But the thing is, it is true. And those things work, right? It's true in every aspect of our lives, because if we don't set a goal, then you have nothing to work towards. I'm going to try to use an example. What example? Try to use an example that, okay, let me say soccer, football, right? Imagine being on the football field. You're watching football. You're watching your players, and they are just on the field, and everybody's just running helter-skelter. The ball is just going like this, going like this. Nobody, it's like as if they don't know what they're doing. Everybody's just playing anyhow. Everybody's just doing it like these guys, like Arsenal. Okay, sorry. So that was just an example, I beg. To all Arsenal fans, I beg you, please, no kill me here. So, but you get the point, right? But because the aim of the game is to win by scoring goals, right? That's when all players on the field are focused on achieving that, right? So if you do not have a goal you have nothing to look, forward to, right? So set financial goals. We all set goals in our lives. We do it, but we do it for different things. We say, okay, there's this movie I want to watch, and I'm going to the cinema next tomorrow to watch it. That's the goal, right? I want to graduate from school by this time. That's the goal. I want to come out with a 2-1, with a first class, with a pass if you want that. But those are goals. We set all those goals. I want to marry by this age. I want to have 3 children. Those are the goals that people set for themselves. But no one really sits down to say, hey, how much do I want to make annually in the next 3 years? Have you ever asked yourself that one? In 5 years, how much do you want to have sitting as a bank balance in your bank account around that December 25 time? 5 years from now, December 25th, how much do you want to have sitting in your balance, so in your bank account? Like when you open your app, you see the amount in 5 years, right? In 10 years' time, how much do you want to have invested? How large do you want your investment portfolio to be like in 10 years, right? So those are the questions, financial goal questions that you should be asking yourselves now. So after this whole, seminar or webinar, you guys take a sheet of paper and ask yourself, write those things down. Write it down. How much do I want to make next year? By next year, what the percentage do I want my salary to increase by? By this, write all those goals down. Because you know what? You don't pay to dream. Right? Write it down. Write as many zeros as you can. You don't pay to dream. It's completely free. So write those goals down, and you'll find out that you have something to work towards you. Because the mind works in a very funny way. And that brings me to my third point. Right? And the third point is change your money mindset. Guys, this one is very important. Change your money mindset. Tip number 3. Third tip to achieving an amazing financial future. Change your money mindset. Now, let me try to explain this briefly. Do you know that some people have a very bad relationship with money? Right? They have a terrible relationship with money. For instance, some people cannot see or imagine themselves earning a certain amount of money. They can't. They can't imagine themselves earning a certain amount monthly. Some people cannot see themselves living in Ikoyi. Some people cannot see themselves living in Banana Island. You've heard about Banana Island or Eco Atlantic. You've heard about all these places, but you can't imagine. They can't just imagine themselves in it. When you say, yeah, we go buy a house for Banana Island. Yeah, but we are in this same Nigeria where fuel don't reach how much. They cannot just imagine. Now they can imagine themselves buying a house, so maybe around Ikorodu or around that Songo side. They can see themselves buying houses there. That's what they can see now. But they can't see themselves buying houses in GRA. They can't see themselves buying houses in Ikoyi, in VI. They can't just imagine it, right? And that's simply because they have a bad relationship with money. They have a bad, terrible money mindset. Now, see, there's a way the mind works when it comes to expectations. Have you ever, maybe you want to buy something, right? And you say, okay, I want to buy this car or this red car, or I want to buy this particular bag. Because you think it's very rare, you've not seen it around before. Only very, very few, you haven't seen it before. So that's the one you want. When you lock your mind to it and say, yes, that's the one I want, maybe I'll buy it next week. Tomorrow, when you step out of your house, that's the same time you see 5 people carrying that same bag. They'll just be passing in like this, as if they were not there before. You will see that car, that same color, in fact, the same shade. You will see it pass by you 20 times that one day. Now, let me tell you guys, it's not that those things were not there before. They were, but your mind wasn't tuned to it. But the moment your mindset and your mind was tuned to having that thing, you started to see it everywhere. That's why, perspire to aspire, they say, oh, stay positive, do this, do that, because the mind it's not a religious something. It's just the way the mind works. Once you zero down on something, your mind starts to see. That's why they say think about opportunities, because when you wake up and you think that you're constantly thinking of opportunities, you will start to see opportunities everywhere. everywhere that other people are not even seeing them, right? Let me tell you how my mindset with money is. My own mindset with money, my relationship with money. See, money, money loves me. Me, Ayo. When money is bored and money wants to just gist, money comes to me, be like, hey, why, how far are you free? More gist. You see, when I'm walking on the road and money is in it, money just wants to fall on somebody. Amongst everybody, money will just pick me like this. That guy. See, money loves me so much. Me and money was so cool that money used to go and call his friends and be like, yo, how far, man, you guys need to come and meet this AY guy, man. That guy is the shit, man. You guys, we need to hang. So money will call his friends and come and hang around. If money is looking for someone to slap, money will slap me. Out of anger, money will just slap me. Bah, 1 million naira, bah, 2 million. Right? That's the relationship I have with money. That's the mindset I have with money. Do you know why? Because me and money were friends, were like this. See, if you treat money well, money will treat you well. It's as simple as that. There's no other formula to it. If you treat money right, money will treat you right. Right? So tip number 3, guys, let me try to rush through this. Change your money mindset. Change your money mindset. Right? Tip number 4, to securing an amazing financial future. Right? And note, I talked about 3 forms of money: making money, keeping money, and then growing money. Most of what I've said today is around keeping and growing money. Now listen to this, guys. Tip number 4, and it's my final tip. Use the 50-30-20 rule. Now, this 50-30-20 rule, I know what's the 50-30-20 rule, I'll tell you. It's something I've told so many people. I go around, I preach it, I say it, I sing it. Anyone wants to do, I tell everybody. Do you know why? Because I think it's one of the most fantastic things. And it's something that has helped me personally. I'm a personal testimony. Now, what is the 50-30-20 rule? This is the money management rule. This is what it means. Any money that comes to you, any single naira that comes to you, the first thing you do is you remove 50% of it. Example, let's say somebody just came and gave you 10K. First thing you do is you remove what? 50%. 50% is what? 5K. Now what's that 5K for? You put it somewhere. That's for your needs. Now, what are your needs? Your needs are your feeding, clothing, transportation. Now, when I say feeding, I don't mean going to Cactus or going to all these expensive places. You know, your regular, normal feeding where you chop for house. You understand? When I say clothes, I don't mean Ralph Lauren or Nike, 90,000 naira shoes. No, I don't mean that. I mean your basic, with me, and you wear shirts, trousers, and slippers. Your normal, basic feeding, clothing, your transportation, your school fees, all those things that are needs, right? 50% of that. That's 5K, Abby. Right, good. So it's 50, 30, and 20. Now, 30%, you remove it. That's the 3,000, right? Now, that 3,000, you keep it somewhere because that 3,000 is for your wants. I call it the leg baby. It's for you because this life is one. You have to enjoy yourself. You didn't come here to suffer. Right? So that 3,000 naira is for your movie, your popcorn, is for you'll be putting it aside for your, Nike shoe, you're putting it aside for your, what's it called? You want to go and eat in Pearl Gardens, that's that 30%, that's the one that you'll be using for yourself. That's the one you'll be using if you want to give people money, that's the one you use to give people. If you want to take B out, that's the one you use to take what? B out, right? So 30%, 3,000 naira, just remove it like that. Now I said what is 50, 30, 20, right? Now, the last 20%, that last 2K, that is the money you remove for your savings and your investments. The last 20%, that's the 2K from that 10K, is what you remove for your savings and your investments. And now that money, you don't touch it for no reason. That money is going into your investment pool. It's going into your savings pool. It's going to do what? It's going to make more money for you, right? The 50-30-20 rule. 50% for your needs, 30% for your wants, 20%, right, for your savings and investments. Now, look, guys, the best way in 2020 to save or to even to invest is through technology. That is the best way. Let's not deceive ourselves. The banks are not helping you to save, right? The banks only act as a channel to move your money around, right? If it is not a maintenance charge, if it is not one charge or the other, they are taking money from you. Have you guys ever experienced when you want to go to the, maybe you have like 5K in your ATM and you didn't spend that 5K for like 3 days or 4 days. You didn't spend it. So you want to go to the ATM and check and withdraw some cash. And you go there and you make 4,860 naira. Where did the remaining change go? It's maintenance fee, it's something fee, it's that one fee. And if those fees don't take your money, the inflation will take your money. Inflation will definitely take your money if you're leaving it in the bank. Now, what is inflation? Inflation is just basically the value of something dropping over time. For example, I think I have, see, okay, look at this Lucozade Boost now. For instance, you remember there used to be an Ever bottled water that somehow around this size, and used to be 25 naira at the time, or 15 naira. Let me say for some of the young ones here, 15 naira, right? That same bottle of Ever water is now, or this Lucozade is now 100 naira. Now this Lucozade is about what, 200 or 300 naira. Before it used to be what, 100 naira. Now the same value, you say 1,000 naira. If you have 1,000 naira, you go into the market 2 years ago, you come out with plenty things. But if you take 1,000 naira to the market today, maybe you come out with one fish. You get. So basically your 1,000 naira cannot buy as much as it used to buy before. That is inflation, right? The prices of everything have started going up, right? So like I said, banks just help you move money around, right? Today, the Nigerian tech sector is worth over $2 billion, right? The most valuable in Africa, right? And 70% of that value is from financial technology services. 70% of that value is from financial technology services. So that means there is something huge happening with money and technology, right? So take advantage of that, right? Don't think your banks are helping you to save, right? Take advantage of technology to save and to invest, right? So guys, I will go through those tips again, tips to securing an amazing or a better financial future. Tip number one is what? Evaluate your spending, right? Check what you're spending. Take a piece of paper after, write down for 5 days, write down the things that you've been spending money on. After the 5th day, compare everything, and you see that there are some things that you didn't need, that you can be taking off. So next week will be better. So if you do that for 2-3 weeks, you'll find out that you are cutting down a lot of things. Just document, right? Number 2, set financial goals. If you don't have goals, you have nothing to look forward to, right? So set goals. How much do you want to make when you are, 10 years from now? How much do you want to have invested? How much do you want to do this? How much do you want to do that? Write everything down. Nobody's charging you. Set your goals, right? Tip number 3, have a better relationship with money. So what? Change your money mindset. Very important. Don't think that you cannot make 500,000 a month. Don't think that you cannot make 2 million naira a month. Don't think that you cannot buy a house in this. Don't think you cannot buy a Range Rover. Don't think you cannot buy this. You can do anything you want to do. You just need to open your mind to it. And you need to have a better relationship with money, right? Money loves you. So stop running away from it, right? Tip number 4, my final tip, use the 50-30-20 rule to manage your money. Now, what's the 50-30-20 rule? 50% of whatever you earn is for your needs, 30% for your wants, and 20% for your savings and investments. Now, people tell me, oh my God, I cannot save and I cannot invest because I don't even make enough money. So how would I? Look, I always tell people, if you cannot save or invest when you have 1,000 naira, you cannot save or invest when you have 1 million. It's not possible. Do you know why? Because it is a habit. It's a habit. It's like paying tithes, right? When you have 1,000 naira, it's easy to pay tithes now. Tithe is 10%, 100 naira. Even when you have 10K, tithe is still 1,000. You go still pay. Let 10 million enter your hand, and then your tithe is now 1 million. That's when you start to say, pastor, that you start to make excuses. You know why? Because it's not a habit of yours. But when you start it early, whether you have 1,000 naira or have 1 million, when you start to move that money aside for your savings and investments, when you have 1,000, when you have 10 million, it will not even be an issue, right? So use the 50-30-20 rule to manage your money. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to round up by saying this. Right? I've come to realize that most of our financial problems are not mathematical. I'll say it again. Most of our financial problems are not mathematical. Rather, they are behavioral, right? Most of our financial problems are not mathematical. They are behavioral, mostly behavioral. And once you start to make these little but needed changes, you will discover other small choices that will help you work towards securing a financial future, a very great financial future, and peace of mind. Peace of mind is the most important thing, guys, right? So it's never too late to start making those small movements towards a good and great financial future. I hope I made small sense today, guys. Thank you so much for having me. See you guys at the top. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much. It was really an insightful session, Mr. Ayo. In fact, I'm from the comment section I'm seeing here, people actually picked a lot. Look at what one of our attendees says. He said, set your financial goals, just set every other important goals. And also, she picked another one. She said, okay, if you treat money right, money will
We'll treat
treat
you right.
right.
Simple.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yes, it's as simple as that. Yeah, thank you very much. So this session, I
Thank you.
want to have want to welcome questions and answers. I don't know how many minutes can we just give.
Okay,
Can
let's
we?
give it like 2, 3 minutes, right? If
Okay,
anyone has any, question before I run out of here, or if not, if you don't have questions that you want to ask me directly, my email, I can drop my email on my social media. My Facebook, Twitter, Instagram is AY Akinola, right? So it's my name and my surname. Just remove the O there. So AY Akinola. You can reach me on there, Instagram, Twitter. Um, Also, my email is ayo@piggyvest.com. Now that's for official things. If you want to send me some private, discussions, you can reach me on my Gmail, ayoakinola001@gmail.com. I hope that helps or that gets people to. So if you have questions, you can send them to me there. If we cannot take some of the questions here.
okay, great. So if I may ask question, um,
Yes.
from I would like to know what would be your advice to millennials in this contemporary time who are you know struggling to put one of things two things together. So what would be your advice with the little they have? How can they manage that money? What are the financial intelligence tips? Um, you know.
Okay, I mean, like the first thing I said, the most important thing you need to do first, right, is you need to cut down on costs. That's just the most important thing. You need to cut down on costs. You find out that we're spending a lot of money on things that we don't actually need, right? You are buying 10 gig of data. Why do you need 10 gig of data? What are you dataing? You understand? So cut down on your cost. That's the first step. When you cut down on your cost, you have some small change left to do other things, right? So that is the first step. And then you need to find other ways to get income. You need to find other ways to make money. You cannot wait for money to come to you. You can't. You have to go out there, especially at the beginning. You have to go out there and find ways to make money. And that's why, changing your money mindset and setting financial goals is very, very important, because once you start to think of opportunities, right, you're thinking of opportunities constantly. You'll be like, oh, what can I do? What can I do? What is here? If you look at your immediate environment, for young people, there are some things that you can actually solve. It doesn't have to be global or rocket science idea for it to blow. It doesn't have to be. Take example, PiggyVest. PiggyVest is not a rocket science idea. Sometimes when people ask me, oh, how did you guys come up with the idea? And this, they expect me to say, we went to the mountain for 7 days, fasted and prayed, and Jesus came down. Nothing like that happened. Let me tell you what PiggyVest is. PiggyVest is colo, your normal, colo, this thing box. that you put money inside that they used to give us when we were children, that you cut it the hole and be putting money. When it's full, they will break it. That is what it is. We're just taking advantage of technology. That is what it is. So there are some things that it doesn't have to be tenge for it to work. So look around you. There are ways that you can make money from opportunities that are just lying fallow around you. So once you can evaluate your spending, that is cut down on your costs, and you can find other avenues to make money, right? And then the third thing I'll say to answer your question is be patient. Be patient. A lot of young people, a lot of millennials in this time and age, they want to blow today. You start a business today, tomorrow you want to blow. You want to buy 2 cars tomorrow, right? And that's why people are not patient. Greed. That's why things like MMM will come tomorrow. They will call it GGG, and people still put their money inside because they want quick, fast money. I understand money is sweet, money is good, but if you already know that you are going to be rich in this life, why are you rushing to be doing dodgy things? There's no need. Secure your money. That's why it's called secure your bag. Not get it and lose it. Secure it. You understand? You know, I don't know if you know the name Awoshika, Mrs. Awoshika.
Yeah, Mr. Awoshika.
Yes, she taught me something, which till today is probably one of the best things I've ever learned about money. I will give it to you because you've asked me this question. Normally, I don't give this kind of information like that because it's some serious things. Now, guys, look at money like this. Money is sand. Money is sand. Now, imagine if you have sand somewhere on a table. You have a heap of sand, and water, rain, wind, everything comes and just, what will happen? The sand will wash away. The sand will wash away. But if you can take your sand and with time and effort turn it into a what? A block. What happens? Once you put that block down like this, whether rain or whether wind or anything that comes will never shift that block. Is it not the same sand? Right?
Yeah.
But then when you now need sand from the block, what do? You just go to the edge and you chip it. And the sand will still fall. It will still fall, but your block remains. When you think of money like that, you'll be like, shit. Not that you get 10K today, you say, we have to go and jaye, we have to go and blow. No. You have to change that 10K, which is sand. You have to change it into a block. You have to be patient enough to change it into a block. So that when the winds, when the trying times and things come, nothing will shake you. It will not shake that money. I don't know if that thing I don't know if it makes sense to you, like it makes sense to me.
Yes, it makes sense.
Yeah.
From what I get, more like when you put those sand together, it becomes solid. So they can't be blown away.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Fantastic. Okay, I don't know if there's any other question or we're good. We're good? Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the time. Thank you so much.
Yes. Sorry, I have a question. Sorry, sir.
Oh. Hey, yeah. Tell me how far.
Mr. You have a question or two before you go. I'm good, boss.
All right.
Yeah. Question number 1. Of course, since this video is being watched on YouTube, on Facebook, and on LinkedIn, so there is a possibility that we may have some young persons viewing it. Am I right? True. So, do you think it is too early for young people to understand money and how to manage it?
No. I think the government needs to even do a better job with our curriculums, because we need to start teaching young people from small ages. We need to start teaching them money, because if you understand how money works early on, in fact, some of the things I know now, if I knew it that time when my mommy was saying, oh, let me hold the change your auntie is giving to you, let me hold it for you. If I knew it then, it's a lie. I would be a billionaire today. You get, so we need to start teaching young people about money early on, super, super early on. Yeah, so I don't think they're too young to learn about money. I don't think so.
Wow. Thank you very much. I'm in support of that. I just wanted to clear the air. And secondly, Mr. Hayo, you are a man of experience. I can tell from your use of words and from what I've read about you. We are young people, and of course, we quickly want to, we saw what you said when you answered my first question, and because many of us came from a poor background, and we understand that probably our parents are poor because they don't understand what money is. They don't understand financial intelligence and how to secure a future like you have taught us.
Mhm.
And then we want to put into practice things you've taught us. But while you were giving us the forms of money, the first thing you made mention of is making money.
Yeah.
And what I see now, especially during the pandemic and all of that, young people are desperate to make money. And
Mm-hmm.
every form of investment online, they just want to key into. They just want to put their head into this. They just want to pay. This one will give me this. This one will give me that. And they are busy referring, and all of that.
Mm.
How do we identify fake investment?
Mm.
Because before we
Okay.
can keep money and use money
Mm.
through investment or saving, we must earn money.
Yes. Yes, that's the first thing. That's the first thing. You need to
Yes,
earn money.
earn money,
You need to earn
and then
money.
you keep or you use. Now, before you can use money, you have money you want to use, and then like I was telling someone who just got duped. I said, see, if you have kept this money for a more, you would have used it for better things. Now you have lost all of this
Mm.
because you want to get quick money very fast. So,
Yeah.
sir, how do we identify fake investment?
Okay. I was trying not to go too deep into investments because I know maybe the other speakers would want to talk about it, but let me just shed a little light on this one.
All
Right?
right, thank you, sir.
There are two general categories of investments I know.
Okay,
They can be many for different people, but the way I categorize them is safe investments, right? Safe investment and risky investments. Risky, safe investments and risky investments. Now, what are safe investments and what are risky investments? Safe investments are investments where your they don't bring you as much interest, right? As much returns, but your principal is safe, right? Your principal
yes,
or the
sir.
money you put in, your capital, is safe, but they don't bring you as much or heavy returns. Those are safe investments. Risky investments are investments that can bring you heavy returns, but your capital or principal is like this. It's not. It might not be here tomorrow. I'll give you a quick example. You have 100,000 naira. Someone just blessed you with 100,000 naira, or you did work and you got paid 100,000 naira. Now you can do two things with that money. You can put that money into a risky investment or a safe investment. Now, a safe investment is you putting that money in mutual funds, right? Or platform invest, right? Where you will get 10 to 15% per annum on on, on your fund. Well, no, that is what your money will put is safe. Or you can take that same 100K and put it into a business, right? You put it into your shoe business. Put all the 100K into your clothing business or your shoe business, whichever one you do. You can make 100K back the next week. That's 100% in 1 week, right? Or you can lose the whole money and you don't sell anything, nothing happens, right? So risky investment is more, it brings you more returns, but your capital is not safe. While safe investment, your capital is safe. And guys, especially to the young people here, I need to tell you guys this thing. Betting is not an investment. You need to understand that now because I get that question a lot. Betting is not an investment because it's chance. You can't go and say you want to bet, you buy tickets. Your ticket is now one useless Ronaldo that will now spoil your ticket for you. You now say, you invested your money, you did not invest though. It's Kalo Kalo, you went to go and play. So betting is not an investment, right? I hope that answers your question. Oh yeah, to identify, if you want to identify, you see, I've told you the difference between safe and risky investments, but you need to do more research on the companies or the platforms that you are investing in. You need to check who are the people running those platforms. Are they regulated? What are their regulations? What are their licenses covered? Is your money insured? You need to ask those questions. If not, somebody will come and say something because you don't ask or you don't do your research. You can't blame anybody if you mess up. That is on you. You get, so please always do your research. Know the difference between the type of investments, and then do your research on the company that you're investing in. Right? And don't invest in anything you don't know about. I cannot say
that's key.
I want to go and do shawarma business and I don't know anything about shawarma business. It's not possible. Do not invest in anything that you don't understand. If you see something is looking good and you want to put your money in it, give your money to people or to platforms or organizations that know about that thing. Right? That's why there are platforms, there are organizations and things there that are available. Give your money to them. They will invest in it because they know the business. But don't invest your money in things that you do not know about. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Hayo. We are very, very grateful. We don't want to take much of your time because we understand that you have so many other things to do. But I'm sure we have persons who have questions and who will reach out to you once the questions come in. Moreover, you have given us your contacts and we can reach you directly. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. You guys have a lovely day, Tommy, Michelle. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Well, that was a lovely session. I learned a lot. I never knew money understands karma. Money understands the rule of karma. Can you see? If you treat money right, money is going to treat you right. Karma. Money understands karma. You cannot just get me and spend me lavishly and expect me to come back to you.
Definitely.
You understand?
Definitely.
Money understands karma. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. And I cannot just I don't even have to now keep my sand so that the rain is going to take everything away. I can convert them to blocks, and then when I need them, I just get the tip and then I get my sand back. Is it not wise?
He's wise, very wise. Very wise.
Yeah, very wise. This is complete financial intelligence. And it's something everybody, especially young people, ought to know. You understand? Especially in this our country. If we have enough of this knowledge, if our young people have enough of this knowledge, I think Nigeria in the nearest future will have the highest number of young billionaires, legit ones.
Definitely.
Legit ones. All right, that was the first session. Okay.
There's a question in this place. Said, okay, though Mr. Ayo is not here, but the question says, is the 50-30-20 strategy workable generally? All right, definitely it's workable, because everything works if you make it work. You get everything work if you make it work. So it depends on how you want to make it work. Do you get the point now? So you have to set your financial goals. That's why Mr. Ayo said that you set your financial goals. After evaluating your spending, you set your financial goals. This would help you to know if this 50-30-20 strategy is workable to you personally. And of course, anything can be modified. So you can also modify it to suit your own financial background and financial demand. Do you get the point now? But I would always advise that you either save and invest first before spending.
Yes.
You don't spend before saving because you might end up not saving anything. But when you save and invest before spending, it's a wise move. it's financial intelligence. Yeah.
Yeah, let me add something to Michelle.
Definitely.
Can I go on? All right. A
Of course,
wise
yeah.
man once said that you spend after you have saved and invested. You understand? The
That's interesting.
50,
Yeah.
30, 20 principle that Ayo Akinola gave us today is a theory that have been put to practice. You understand? It worked for some persons. In fact, I can remember Ayo said he is a testimony of that principle. You understand? So it worked for some persons, and generally it's going to work. But like you said, it boils down on your level of income as well. If you are
Exactly.
earning 10,000 naira, your 20% for savings and investment is just about 2,000 naira. So, which is actually cool, because earning 10,000 naira in a time like this is peanuts, is very close to nothing.
Exactly.
But then if you're earning as much as 200,000 naira, 250,000 naira, you want to step up your game a bit. You understand?
Definitely.
So
Yeah, sure,
the
sure.
basic principle, like Tumisha has said, when you put it into practice, that is when you know if it works for you and if you should take a step further or not, or you should just maintain that. But it's a principle. The in essence, the point is you must set financial goals. You understand? When the money keeps coming in, if you are not careful, the money will go the way they came in. So there must be a laid down principle of how your money goes. Somebody said that if you cannot track the movement of your money, then you are a financial failure.
Hmm. Hmm.
Understand? You should be able to track. This money that came in, this is how it went. This is how it went. This is how it went. Okay, this percent went here. But if you cannot tell how your money finished, you just realize that the money you just earned is gone, and you can't tell how you spent it. Then that person needs what we are having today. You
Hmm.
understand?
True. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Let me also say something about inflation that Ayo Akinola mentioned. He was talking about inflation. Many of us who are business students, who are economic students, would understand what he's talking about. Inflation is increase in prices. He said the local seed boost you bought today for probably 100 naira, and then tomorrow you get it for 300 or so. Perfect example. But then to make it more simplified, for many of us who may not be economics or business students, inflation is a thief. What it does is it came to it will come and steal your money. For example, I'm having 1,000 naira today, and 1,000 naira that I have today can buy me, let's say, this shirt I'm putting on, and then for example, okay, let's say this shirt I'm putting on is worth, let's say, 500 naira, and then I am saving to purchase this shirt for 500 naira. And today I saved 100 naira, tomorrow I saved another 100 naira, making 200 naira. And then unfortunately, by the time I got to 500 naira, they just told me, and I went to the market to purchase this shirt. And they just told me that the shirt is no longer 500 naira, it is now 2,000 naira. Nothing has happened to my money. It is just that the price of what I wanted to purchase has increased. So inflation has stolen the value of my money. My money can no longer buy this shirt. I need to get additional money. And the inflation rate in Nigeria is very high. So before you can say Jack Robinson, inflation has taken all of your money. So as much as it is good to save, it is more advisable to invest. But like Ayo said, vet your investment before you put your money. Your money is your life. You cannot afford to kill yourself. If you don't, you know, if you are not careful with your finance, then it's more or less like you are committing suicide because your money is your life. So vet your money, your finance, vet the investment you're about to put your money into before you do that. Like I said, And like Ayo said, set financial goals. We were talking about steps to, steps to secure a financial future. And he said to secure a financial future, number one, you must evaluate your spendings. You cannot continue to spend lavishly and anyhow and expect to be rich. What you are spending, if you don't get it back, then you'll be left with nothing. So if you actually, sometimes I am amazed the way people spend. Spend wisely. Be wise in spending. Evaluate your spending. Some things are not necessary. You can do away with them. You don't have to compete with some other persons. You understand? And there was a place he said the only time you should buy something is when you can afford that thing three times. Three times. Let me digress a little bit. I could remember the story of Alexandre Song. Some of you that are football fan, you might have heard about the story. Alexandre Song, who played for Arsenal and then moved to Barcelona. But today, a footballer today is almost poor. Why? Because he did not evaluate his spending. When I read that when he was in Arsenal together with Thierry Henry, who was a senior footballer in the team, who is earning a lot. Whenever Thierry Henry buys a car, he also wants to buy it. So he would go for loan and he'll buy you a junior player. So he was trying to compete with somebody who is earning far more than him. It was not necessary. You understand? So let's evaluate our spending wisely. Some of us are still students. What we depend on is what we get from home, and then we want to use everything that these Yahoo boys use on campus. Evaluate your spending wisely, and then set financial goals. Set financial goals. There must be a goal. There must be a goal for everything you do. If you don't have a goal, a direction, you will just be, going aimlessly. Set financial goal. And then number three, talk about change your money mindset. The money mindset. Some people's mindset about money is very, very poor. And in science, in physics, they say like repels and opposite side attract. But when it comes to money, it is not like that. The opposite is the case. It is in money, in finance, it is likes that attract and opposite side repels. So you have to change your mindset, a kind of mindset that will attract money. In every situation, you look at it. How do I make money? Legit, legit money, legitimately. How do I make money? There's COVID-19, everything that's going on. How do I earn money? Tumishi, I leave the floor to you.
All right. So if for this session now, we'll be um we'll be having a special session by 4 p.m. in the evening. And this special session is focused on um, building a career in finance. So, building a career in finance. So, for those who are passionate about finance and want to build a career in finance, we've reached out to one of the experts in the industry. Many of us are familiar with Mr. Banji, you know, Feintola, who is the CFA president. That's the um, Chartered Financial Analyst President of the Nigerian Association. It's a worldwide professional body, but he is the president of the Nigerian Association in Nigeria here. And we've come a long way to bring him to bring him to accept our invite. So he's not just a random person. He actually knows his onions. Yes. So, but the session won't be held on YouTube live. You know, the session will be held in a closed group. You know, in a closed group. So there is a WhatsApp link on the platform already. For those who are on Facebook and YouTube, you should be getting the WhatsApp link now. So if you are interested in building a career in finance, you want to understand, the dynamics of finance and what aspect you can fit in, when it comes to finance as a career, then you want to join that session. It will be coming up by 4 p.m. So the session will be held on Zoom. Only those who joins the WhatsApp group will get the Zoom invite. So in fact, if we are 20 is fine because it's a private closed session. So please guys, if you are interested, you want to build a career in finance, you want to expand your understanding about finance, you want to see if you can, like migrate to build a career in finance, you are highly welcome to join the session because it's going to be exciting, it's going to be enlightening. Yes. So please, if you're interested in joining, click use the link on each of our Facebook page as you are watching me now on YouTube. Also, click the link and join the WhatsApp group where which you will get the Zoom invite. Yes, so I over to our moderator. Our next speaker will be coming up by 11:45. That's the time our next speaker will be coming up. However, we have other packages for you. We have some giveaway questions. Whoever answers will get the prize. So over to you, my moderator. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tumishi. That was. Thank you very much, Tumishi. That was a bonus. 4 o'clock, we'll be joining the CFA president for Nigeria. CFA is the leading financial institution in the world, and the Nigerian branch is the Nigerian branch. The president is going to be meeting with us. That's a bonus, an addition. So, if I were you, I wouldn't want to miss this, and I would just quickly, click on the link, the WhatsApp link, so that I can get the invite to join the Zoom meeting. That is just an addition for today's for the investment conference 2.0. We'll be having our next speaker. So maybe a few minutes from now. Our next speaker is Yele. I don't know if you have some spare time, you can just go online and read about who Yele Badamosi is. He is the CEO of and co-founder of Bundle Africa. You understand? So you want to know more about who you're about to listen to in a few minutes' time. You can just, there's no crime in that. You can just go online and try to see who you're about to listen to. He's a man of great experience. You understand? He's a man of great experience. He's the co-founder, like I said, of Bundle Africa. They developed an app, and their goal is to kind of build up Africa for cryptocurrency and simplify payments and all of that in Africa. So they want to create financial freedom and prosperity for Africans, I and you. So this is a man of passion, a man of experience when it comes to the world of finance and tech. So I wouldn't want to miss listening to such person. I don't know about you. So just hang on, stay with us. A few minutes from now, Yele Badamosi will be with us, and it's going to unleash. You can see what just happened this morning. Ayo Akinola was amazing, and the teaching was his session was full of lessons and eye opening. So and I'm also sure that Badamosi's session will be greater. So you don't want to miss this. Just hang on, as we proceed to the next speaker in a few minutes time. But then we'll be asking some questions from the previous lessons, the previous session we had. All right, so we'll be asking questions from the last class, last from the teaching of the last speaker, and I mean the very first speaker that we had today, and whoever gets the answer correctly stand a chance to win uh, a package from us, the investment consortium, that is the organizers of this program. Uh, the the first question. Let me through the question. The first question: what is the uh, okay? Ayo Akinola was mentioning that Nigeria is the country with the highest revenue from from tech, and he said that finance generates a particular percentage of the earnings from tech in Nigeria. Who can tell me what percentage that is? When he was mentioning, he said something amount was generated, has been generated from tech. That is the tech industry in Nigeria. It's worth a particular amount, and that is the highest in Africa. And he said a particular percentage of that amount came from finance tech. So who can tell me what that percentage is?
Okay. 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 While we wait for our moderator to um, join us, please do not forget that in the afternoon we'll be having a closed session with Mr. Banji, and that session is focused on uh, building a career, in finance. So if you are interested in building a career, if you're interested in building a career in finance, to getting better, to understanding more about how to build your career in finance, I would implore that you join the WhatsApp group link that has been dropped on on the comment section. So please do well to join the WhatsApp group link on the comment section so that you get the invite to the Zoom meeting by 4 p.m. Our next speaker would be live by 11:45. So do stay with us and enjoy yourself. Thank you.
Yes, I can see people are trying. They're trying to, get the question I asked. Keep the answers coming. Keep the answers coming. And all right, we are going to select our winner and then we are going to reach out to them. Okay. Okay, I see that. All right, keep trying. Keep trying. That's a good one. I can see some of us are very attentive. We were very attentive. We were attentively listening to the speaker. Okay. I also talked about his fourth step to securing a financial future. He talked about using the 50-30-20 principle, and he said that the 50% of your earnings, you understand, whether you're earning salary or you're earning from your parents, they just give you something, a pocket money or wages. He said that 50% of this should go for your need. Some of us don't know the difference between need and want. You understand? So we should also understand our priorities. Uh, in while we are trying to crave for financial intelligence, we should understand our priorities. Needs are what you just must, you just must get. It can affect life, it can affect pain, it can affect. You just must, you just must get it. Those are needs. But wants are things that you probably can you probably can do without it. You don't have to. If you don't have it, you cannot die. You understand? So these are the difference between needs and want. Your need is what you just must have. Sometimes one's life can depend on them. Like food. If you don't eat, you are going to die. Clothing, you just must put on something. You cannot go out around naked. They will think the person is mad. You understand? Shelters, you cannot. Someone cannot sleep outside of the on the street. It's dangerous. So these three things are very, very basic, and some other things that we can come across in our day-to-day life. Some things are very, very needful. So those are the ones that should get the priority of our earnings. From what Ayo Akinola said, 50% of what we earn should go to our needs. Those things that we cannot do without. Those things that have to do with our health, that have to do with our life, and we just have to do them. Those are our needs. While he said that 30% should now go for wants, flexing. I want to go to the beach. Those things I want. There are no needs. If you don't go to the beach, you can't die. I want to, take this one out. I want to take that one out. I want to get this shoe. I want to get this wristwatch. I want to get this shirt. They are wants. You understand? Don't get me wrong. The other time I said clothing are needs, but then now wanting to get some kind of quality becomes want, no longer need. When I can just go to the market and get a cloth that is going to cover me and will make me look good, but then I want to crave for a 50,000 shirt that some Yahoo boy or some celeb I see on social media is putting on, then it becomes a want. So if you don't get that kind of shirt, you can't die. Just look for a nice shirt, uh, and then with good quality, and then you put on. So 50% for our needs, 30% for our wants, and the remaining 20% he said goes for our savings and investment. And we said the other time that, well, saving is good, but because of the part of the world we are in here, where inflation is very, very high and it keeps rising every day, saving may not be too good. Savings may not be too good. So, especially in times like this, uh, uh, where before you know it, the price of commodity has hiked, has skyrocketed. You understand? Saving is good to save. Moreover, you cannot invest except you have saved. You understand? So, let's learn the culture of savings. Ayo Akinola talked about piggy vest, a piggy bank. I remember when we were small, we buy it when we were going to school, made of clay, sometimes made of wood. Then we today we'll put 10 naira, tomorrow we'll put this, and then before you know it, little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. After some time, by the time we get back there, we see that we have had enough money to do whatever we want to do. So the first thing is savings. Then it's from your savings you. I was reading about a financial book. I was reading a financial book rather, and from there I see that some persons they just think they have to invest and they don't keep any savings. It's not good. There are some funds we call emergency funds. You understand? There are some things you just quickly need money for. You understand? So you save, and then out of your savings you invest. You invest, and then be careful, like I said, on whatever you are investing on, because your money, your finance is your life. So some persons can take their life if they lose a huge amount of money. So don't invest what you cannot afford to lose. You understand? Of course, it's good to take risk, but at the same time, you should understand your risk appetite, your risk level. You understand your risk tolerance. If two persons' risk tolerance is not the same thing, you understand? So that somebody is able to take a very high risk doesn't mean I also must take it. I need to understand my risk tolerance before I invest. So there are a lot of lessons to learn. Uh, uh, just stay with us. In a few minutes' time, uh, Yele Badamosi is going to be joining us, and it's going to give an addition to what Ayo Akinola said. And from I asked the question and answers were coming in, and from the answers I can see that uh, the viewers of this program are very attentive. So the same attention I want you to give to Yele Badamosi when it comes on, so that we can get the best of everything he's got to say. Uh, we don't want to leave any stone unturned. We don't want to miss out on anything. We want to get everything that is going to say so that we can leave this conference. And I promise you, we would leave this conference uh, 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 with full information, with full knowledge about finance and how to secure a better future for ourselves. Haven't you imagined? Haven't you seen? Haven't you heard about persons who were once rich? They were stinkingly rich. They had money, and then in the twinkling of an eye, you just realize that they are there begging the whole country for help. They, they no longer have the money. Why? Because they don't have financial education. When they had the money, they just thought the money would keep coming, and then, of course, Ayo Akinola said, if you treat money right, money will treat you right. So they didn't treat money right. They were just spending the money anyhow, and then the money will leave. And now it becomes a story that they were once rich. You understand? So that is why we need to understand finance. We need to have a good knowledge of financial intelligence. We need to equip ourselves with good knowledge of financial intelligence. We need to have enough financial education. You understand? And this is the best time for us to get this. In 10 minutes' time, Eli Badamosi will be joining us. So stay tuned. This is the best time to get all of these educations, because very soon some of us are already earning some money. Some of us are into legit businesses and we are already earning money. Some of us are getting money from home. Some of us are already doing some, petty casual work to get money to keep body and soul together. But in a few time from now, many of us will be earning good money. Some of us who are students would have graduated, gotten a good job, earning good salaries. If we don't have a prior financial education, they won't teach you in school. How many of your lecturers have taught you all of this you are hearing from here? How many of your teachers have taught you all of this you are hearing from here? Nobody will teach you in school, because even some of our lecturers, some of our professors don't have this financial education. And you will be surprised how messy their life is, how messy their finance is, despite the kind of money they earn. You understand? Because they lack financial education. So this is the best time for us to get this kind of education. so as to equip us, so that when we now begin to make those good money, starting from these little ones we had. You understand? A passage in one of the holy books said that uh, 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 if God gives you something big, the way you manage something small is the way you manage something big. So if you are going to manage something big, then start managing something small. So, like I said, we need this education now. We need to get enough of it. Get as much financial education that you can get now, so that when you begin to earn good money, not just getting it, start practicing it now when the little changes are coming, when the little nairas are coming, when the little the little cash is coming. Start practicing all of this financial education you are getting now, and then by the time you begin to earn big, you'll be surprised. You're already filled with financial knowledge, and you can manage your finances, and then everybody will be surprised. How come you are doing something big like this with this kind of thing? Because you have a prior financial education. You understand? The goal of everybody is to be richer and better, far, far better than their parents. Probably, maybe some of us, our parents didn't have the financial education and they could not manage their finances so well. And the way we were when we were young, our parents had the money. That is not it is now. That is not the way it is now, because many things went wrong. Some financial mistakes were made, and everything is gone. So get as much financial education as you can get, and this is an opportunity to get this financial education. Some of these conferences are paid for, but all you just have to pay for this conference is your data to view. So, and I believe it's worth it, and I'm very sure, I'm convinced that it's not going to be a waste. The time and the data that you have spared for this program is not going to be a waste. And all of our speakers will hear of our testimonies. You understand? So let's praise up a few minutes to about 7 minutes to Yele Badamose coming up to teach out towards financial knowledge. You understand? Is the second financial lecturer will be coming up in 11:45 to teach out to us financial knowledge. So hang on, stay tuned to get the best of this lesson. Yeah, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for staying with us. I can see Tumishe is excited. I'm also excited. I don't know if anyone is also excited. You know why I'm excited, Tumishe? Because we have Yeli Badamosi with us. And for some of us who are interested in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and all of that, Yele is a man for that. He's got experience in that. He has impacted that space, and I'm sure listening to him today is going to spur up something in us. All right, without wasting much time, let me, let me read out a little bit of Yele Badamosi's profile. Like I said, Yele Badamosi is one of the movers and shakers of the cryptocurrency world in Africa. Yele Badamosi, the profile is displayed on the screen, so if you can see it, you can read it. He's a CEO and the co-founder of Bundle, the Africa-focused social payment app for cash and crypto. And the aim is to drive crypto adoption in Africa and bringing more economic freedom and prosperity to Africa. So you can see this is a man that has actually influenced the space of finance, particularly the world of cryptocurrency. So just sit back and relax as I introduce to you and I welcome to the floor Yele Badamosi. You're welcome, sir. The floor is yours.
Thanks very much, Tommy. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, but we can't see you.
Okay. My internet connection is not so strong, so I think I'll just use audio for now, and hopefully people can hear me. So happy to be here. Thanks for having me. And Tumishe, thanks for reaching out on Telegram for this, and I hope everyone is having a great time with all the speakers that have come before me. I have about 15 minutes. I might be able to stay on for maybe 20 minutes or thereabout. And I will try to make this session as impactful as I can. So I'll give a bit of background about myself, and then why crypto, and what I think the impact of crypto can be for us as millennials and young people on the continent. So as Tommy said earlier, I recently founded a company called Bundle. Bundle has been public for about 4 months. We have about 60,000 users, adding about 10,000 users weekly. And we're trading in about $5 million worth of crypto a week at the moment. And the company has grown really, really quickly since launch. Before founding Bundle, I was a director at Binance Labs. So Binance is the world's largest digital currency exchange. And my role there was essentially trying to grow the blockchain ecosystem. And I invested in a number of companies. So there are a bunch of players in the space that we were one of the early investors in. So I've invested in companies like Bitsika. I've invested in Yellow Card. Invested in a company called Zend, and so many others. And for Microtraction, which was a fund I started before joining Binance Labs, it's a early stage technology venture firm, and we backed. We're the first institutional check in Bitcoins, which is one of the more popular crypto platforms in Nigeria and Africa, and a bunch of other non-crypto companies like Cowrywise, Wallets.ng, Prosper, and Rebi, and so many companies. So I think for me, the reason why crypto is more extremely critical for Africa is that I think about it from a lens of Africa's economic development. In my opinion, the way for us to develop Africa is to increase the amount of capital that comes into the continent and the availability of financial services to every single individual. And unfortunately, although there's been progress and innovations like mobile money in some parts of Africa, like East Africa, and more recently in Ghana, we still have a huge number of people that are underbanked and underserved. And those individuals who actually have, bank accounts, for the most part, your bank account just serves a utility function of moving money from, paying someone or getting paid. But actually, financial services can be much more than that, right? Whether it's, access to capital to start a business or credit to, take on some online course or, to pay for tuition or anything that can improve an individual's life. Unfortunately, that's kind of like where we've seen huge gaps in our financial services, right? So beyond sort of like payments, we've not really had true utility and use cases that actually empower and provide economic freedoms for people. When you look at the treasury bills markets as well, a lot of people were saving money using treasury bills, and now we're seeing banks posting 1 to 2% interest per annum when we are in a country that has anything from 12 to 14% annual inflation rate, right? 30 years ago, 500 naira would have been enough for you to buy a new car, and today 500 naira might get you maybe meat pie or something in Chicken Republic, and we don't even know what 500 naira will be worth in X number of years. And that creates a lot of challenges for people, because it means that when you do save money, when you do invest, unfortunately, a lot of that wealth is actually being eroded by inflation, and that's where crypto comes in, right? Crypto doesn't really care about your location. It doesn't care about your geography. Doesn't care about what particular financial system exists in the physical world. It's a financial system that exists purely digitally, and it's global from day one, and it's decentralized. And that means an individual in Anambra State, or someone in Kigali in Rwanda, or someone in Accra in Ghana can get access to the same quality of financial services that somebody in the US or in Europe can get, right? And this is not just theory. Today, you could, buy BUSD, which is digital dollars, and essentially it's basically a dollarized token on the blockchain, and save your money in that, and you could potentially stake that and get between 7 to 8% APR, which is a lot higher than what you can get with treasury bills. There's a huge wave happening in what's called decentralized finance, or DeFi for short, which makes it easy for you to get access to low interest loans, regardless of where you are, even if you don't have any collateral. And you don't need to, go in and open the bank account or do some of the traditional things that maybe might be prohibitive for the average person. As long as you have an internet connection and a mobile phone, you can get access to these financial services. And I think that's a very powerful idea. And, we can't predict what the future will look like, but I always tell people that history doesn't always, doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes, right? In the early 90s, no one could have predicted the impact of the internet, and same thing with personal computing in the late 70s and early 80s. I think that we're living through another period of rapid innovation, and for the first time, Africa is actually better positioned to take advantage of these innovations, and that's sort of what I've kind of committed my life towards, which is essentially saying, okay, how do we take this technology that is niche and innovative, but take it to use cases that solve problems and create ultimate utilities for the average African. So yeah, that's really it. I don't know if anyone has if there are questions that one could take, or maybe some of the moderators can also ask any particular questions.
All right. Thank you, Yele Bademosi. Thank you. But sir, can you give us in a layman language for us to understand? We are not a crypto boss like you. What does cryptocurrency? What does it mean? What is cryptocurrency? Not everyone on this
Okay.
call is knowledgeable enough to understand what cryptocurrency is. Some of us are just hearing that for the first time. So, what exactly
Okay.
is cryptocurrency?
Okay. So the way I explain cryptocurrency to people is essentially a digital form of money that exists on the internet, and you can send that value to another individual without going through a middleman. And so let me kind of explain that or break that down a bit. If I sent you money from my bank account to your bank account, that is done digitally, right? But the only way for me to do that is I have to have a bank account, right? And that's essentially a middleman who I instruct to debit my account, and then I tell them to deposit that money into your own corresponding bank account, right? So essentially, you have two middlemen between the transaction of me trying to pay you. In a physical world, if I had cash and we did some kind of business transaction, maybe you gave me a phone, right? I'm able to give you that cash, and the cash goes from me to you, right? We don't need to go through any middleman to make sure that that has happened, right? But when it comes to the digital world, it's impossible to replicate that action of a peer-to-peer transaction where there's no middleman involved, right? That's sort of where that's the innovation of cryptocurrency, in that I can send someone value from my phone in Lagos, Nigeria, and somebody else in Europe can get that equivalent amount without it needing to go through a middleman, right? And that unlocks a whole lot of opportunity, because essentially you've created a global decentralized means of making payments. The second sort of key idea I try to explain to people is that outside of this idea of digital cash, if I had let's say I had an MP3 file on my computer, and Tumishe says, Yele, can you send me this MP3 file of let's say a Burna Boy record? I essentially copy that file and I send it to you, but I still have that file on my computer, right? So what I've just done is I've created a new copy of that file, and now there are two files. With cryptocurrency and blockchain, if you send a file, or I send a token, or I send value to you, I no longer have that value again. So essentially, what the innovation here is that we've given digital items the same properties physical items have in the real world, wherein if I give you my phone, or if I give you money, I no longer have that money or that phone again. Before the blockchain and before cryptocurrencies, if you sent any digital item or any asset to someone online, all you've just done is to create a copy, right? And that's why these cryptocurrencies can act like cash in the physical world, but then have the digital properties of being able to send value or send something over the internet very quickly. Hopefully that helps a bit.
Yes, that was quite late enough. That was very very primary. Yearly brother Mercy, we have people viewing us from Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and uh, they have questions too. So please, if you have questions, let the question keep coming. Someone said, "No one need a broker to trade cryptocurrency." That's a question from Oluwayemi Nilola. Um, she's asking, or yes, she's asking, does someone need a broker to trade cryptocurrency?
Yeah. So I mean, I think the safest way to buy cryptocurrency is to use platforms like Bundle or Buycoin or Quidax, um, and buy directly from those applications. There's a lot of scams, or there's a lot of people who take advantage of first time users, um, and we just to protect and to make things as simple as possible, we always encourage people to use these applications where you can go on, create your account, and then buy whatever digital asset you want.
Okay, Mr. Yeli, before I get take another question from the viewers. Okay, let me read this. Is there a platform one can find people who need cryptocurrency? Yes, it's going to answer all those questions. But then before that, another person saying, is there a platform one can find? All right, the same question. But then before that, talking about cryptocurrency, that means practically cryptocurrency is digital money. The way we have our cash, physical cash, then we can have it
Mhm,
also digitally. Then
mhm,
we make transaction, exchange this currency via the internet.
mhm.
So basically, practically, that is what it means, sir.
Exactly, pretty
All
much.
right. So all right, sir. So the other person, somebody is asking a question that how do you find someone that needs cryptocurrency? But then I would just tell Mr. Yele to just tell us about Bundle Africa. A Bundle app is how the app they have developed. The platform. I believe while he's talking about that, he will be able to answer uh, where and how to find those who can trade cryptocurrency. So, sir, please, you can just take us through Bundle app.
Yeah. So essentially, Bundle is a mobile app that allows you to send and receive cash or crypto. So we don't sort of differentiate, or we make crypto as easy as cash. And essentially you can download Bundle, create your account, and using MDN or Naira, you can buy as little as 500 Naira worth of Bitcoin, of Ethereum, of BNB, and other crypto assets. And then you can also send these assets to like friends, family, as well as Naira as well.
So,
And yeah, go ahead.
all right, I'm sure the app is available on Google Play Store, Apple app,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all
yeah.
of that.
So if you search Bundle or Bundle Africa, I search Bundle on the Play Store, you would definitely find it. If you search Bundle Africa on iOS on App Store, you find it on the app on iOS as well. So I have about another, let's say, 2 or 3 minutes. I'll try and go through the questions that some of the viewers have asked us. Is there a platform one can find people who need cryptocurrency? So Bundle has a Telegram community. Just search Bundle Crypto Community on Telegram. There are about almost 3,500 people in the group, and um, you know these are crypto enthusiasts, people who use crypto, who want to learn about crypto, who want to trade crypto. So it's a good way to kind of like get into it. Um, what's the best cryptocurrency to invest in right now? As usual, I always put disclaimers out there that this is not financial advice, but I usually advise or encourage people to think long term about these crypto assets. Over time, they outperform. Over the last 10 years, they've outperformed every other asset class, whether it's treasury bills or stocks, or even if you do an index of tech stocks in the US, Bitcoin alone has outperformed these other asset classes. So if you use something called what we call dollar cost averaging, which is to set a fixed amount that you buy every single at a regular period. So it could be 500 naira every week, 10,000 naira every month, whatever the case may be. That's really the simple way to buy. And if you buy Bitcoin, any of the more popular crypto assets, you should be okay. So I had something called Flash, where a transaction of Bitcoin is being sent to someone's wallet, and in no distant time, the money goes from recipient's wallet back to the sender without due return. I don't think this is possible. The whole point of Bitcoin is irreversible transactions. So if someone does send value and it's been mined on chain, right? You actually can't get that once the transaction is now on the blockchain and is awaiting confirmation, then usually it's going to get credited to the other person's account. So I'm not sure about that. That's for Destiny's question. What's the future of cryptocurrency in Nigeria with new policies? As far as I know, there's not been any sort of new policy from any of the regulators, but we actually welcome regulation in the space. I think we want to protect customers, we want to prevent scams, and these regulations would help weed out bad actors. So we welcome any regulation that helps us normalize the digital asset space in Nigeria. And then the last question: if cryptocurrency is digital, how would one be able to know credible platforms to trade to prevent falling into hands of scammers, and how secure is it? I'm asking because of digital insecurity. So I think, to be honest, you have to do your research and make sure that the individuals that are running these platforms or products, number one, are public, number two, are reputable, and number three, are backed by well-known investors or players in the space, right? So the ones that I recommend are obviously Bundle Africa, because that's the company I run. I would also recommend Binance, and then buy coins as well. I think either Predact is another one, Luna is another one. Either of those five are more than reputable platforms that you can use and ensure that you should be safe. All right, that's it for me, guys. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Yele Bademosi. We honestly wish we can have you more. If we take the whole of today for you to speak with us, would it's not still going on, it's not still going to be enough. You understand? So, but then can you just leave us with your personal contact so that you know if we have questions, if we have some things,
Sure,
clarifications to make, if we can reach
sure,
out to you.
sure. So I always just struggle to follow me on Twitter and tweet at me. I'm quite active. It's at Yele Bademosi. So at YeleBademosi. And if you tweet at me, I'll respond. And that's kind of like the best way to get in touch.
All right, what of for those? Is it possible we have persons who are not on Twitter? How do we reach out to you, sir?
Well, they can also try YB at bundle.africa.
On what platform?
That's email.
All right, all right. YB hat Bundle Africa. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ayeli. Tumishi, is there anything to say? All right, Mr. Ayeli, we will not take more of your time because we understand that you have a very important engagement to delve into as well, as productive as this. So, thank you very much. It's a pleasure having you. We are very grateful. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks for having me, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, guys, it was a great session. Although it was short, because we it was almost difficult for us to get Yele on because he had a lot of items on his agenda to to attend to. We were just lucky enough to get him spared this time with us. So I hope it's productive. I hope we learned a lot of things. And if we still have questions and confusions that we want to clear, okay, he has given us his Twitter handle and his mail as well. So we can reach out to him, or you can reach out to him directly, or you can reach out to him via TIC. You can help reach out to him as well and get your questions answered.
Yeah,
So
you can.
notwithstanding,
Yeah.
questions still keep them coming. All right, go on to
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Really want to. I'm sure each and every one of us we learned a lot from the questions and all. Though it was a short session, but I'm very much sure we got value, for it. And we can actually reach out to Yele on Twitter. In fact, you get a fast response is always on Twitter. So you can also reach him via his email. He has, you get response too. All right. So we want to appreciate each and every one of us who have come to this conference today. Please don't forget, we have an evening career session for those who are finance enthusiasts. So if you are finance enthusiasts, you are looking for a way to build a career in finance, that is for you. That is for you. So if you are looking for a way to build a career in finance, click on the link on the comment section. This session is a private session with Mr. Banji Peintola. He is the CFA president, the Nigerian Society, CFA Society president, Nigeria. So CFA is an international body, is worldwide, and they are a professional body for finance. So they are chartered financial analysts. So if you are interested in building a career in finance, knowing how to diversify, how to prepare yourself to scale the ladder career-wise, then this session is for you. You don't want to joke with it. So join the WhatsApp group. Then everyone who joins the WhatsApp group would be given the private Zoom link to join the meeting by 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Yes, thank you very much. Let me hand over to the moderator. Don't forget, this program is organized by the Investment Consortium. So, moderator, you can take on from here.
All right, thank you very much, Tumishi. Today is it's just a few minutes past 12, and today is already fulfilled. Listening to two amazing speakers, Ayo Akinola and Yele Badamosi. It's so wonderful. We learned about securing the financial future in the morning, and this afternoon it was a dose on cryptocurrency. Thank you very much, Tumishi. Okay, like I said, this program was organized by investment consortium. It's a finance society, and then we also have this program sponsored by True Finance. True Finance is a tech company, and what they do is they give us they produce a kind of app that enables you to trade stocks, global stock, and even domestic stock. That's you can use their platform to trade stocks, the Nigerian stocks, and even other foreign stocks like stocks in the United States of America. And then you can do a lot of things with Trove Finance. So if you've got time, you can just go online and search and browse about True Finance. It's a very credible company under the guidance of the Security Exchange Commission, and it's legit. So you can go on Google and then make your research about True Finance, and you just go on Play Store, download the app, and start using. Another interesting thing is that on their app they have a demo account. So if you think you are not ready to start buying physical real stocks, you can play around your demo account. You understand? If you have been learning anything about trading stocks, and other alternatives, exchange traded funds, REIT, the real estate investment trust, and all of that, and you want to practicalize what you've learned, you can just play around the demo app on True Finance. So thank you very much for the time. Thank you for staying with us. We still have some questions left to ask. Uh, the last question was asked, and I see people sending in answers, and it actually showed that we are attentive. All right, I'm going to ask two questions. Hello, Tumisha, are you on the call?
Yes, I am. I'm on the call.
Do you have a question before I proceed? Do you have a question?
Okay. Definitely, I have a question. So, who can share with us the strategy that Mr. Akinola gave us when it comes to managing our money? What is that money strategy? What's that formula? You know, what are those percentage? So the first person to drop it in the comment section. Accordingly, what are those percentage when it comes to financial intelligence, managing money? You know, what are those things? What's the formula he gave? So
all right, so the answers should start coming in. The answer should start coming in. All right, while we await answers coming in, let's not forget, Tumisha announced to us that we're having a special package today on Zoom in the evening by 4 o'clock. President of the CFA Society, the Nigerian umbrella, is going to be speaking with us about a career in finance. So, of course, you don't have to be a finance student before you can want to be interested in a career in finance. You could be an engineering student, you could be a medical student, be in other fields, but then you are interested in the world of finance, then just join us by 4 o'clock on Zoom when the president of CFA Nigerian Society is going to be speaking with us. But before you can have access to join us on Zoom, don't forget there is a link that is going to be displayed again. We have displayed it, it's going to be displayed again. You need to make use of this link to join the WhatsApp group, and from this group that the link, the invite, because it's an inclusive meeting, it's not a public meeting. So on this group, the login details to join the Zoom meeting with the president of CFA Nigerian Society is going to be reviewed. So hurry up, click on this link, join the WhatsApp group, and then so that you can have access to the link to join the Zoom meeting.
Okay. So regarding the question that was asked, I think the first person to answer the question accordingly is Shaibu Destiny. He said, "Can you display his answer on the screen, please? Can we display Shaibu Destiny's answer on the screen?" Great. He said 50% needs, 30% wants, and 20% savings and investments. So I can remember vividly, Mr. Akinola was saying that 50% for your basic necessity, and that 30%, okay, you want to flex, you want to just, spending, you want to form Suzy for a particular period of time. So you can spend that 30% on your wants. Yes. But 20% is non-negotiable. You have to save it and invest it. So Shaibu Destiny is the first person to get it. So Shaibu Destiny, reach out to me on Facebook, Tumishe Olaoluwa, and I've noted your name. So you tell me your preferred network, and you get your data sent to you before the end of today. Yes. Do we have any other giveaway to giving?
As per the first question that was asked,
okay.
I think yes. The first speaker, the first person to give the correct answer is Nioluwa. Please, the technical crew, can you please help me?
Okay, is it? I am seeing a lady, Oluwa. Let me see. Oluwayemi. Me Lola rather.
Yes, it was 70%,
Okay,
and
okay,
I person to give the answer.
okay, great. Okay, great.
So
Oluwayemi
to
me
me,
Lola should send me a message on Facebook. Yeah, okay, great. Send me a message on Facebook and your preferred network so you get your data before the end of today. Yes, over to you, my moderator, sir.
yeah. Uh, do we still have one other giveaway?
Nothing, no, nothing.
All right, all right. So the investment consortium is it's a finance society, like I told you, and we are a group of young minds, young people, who want to make a path for themselves in the world of finance. Like I said, you don't necessarily have to be in the field of finance. You just need to, have passion for finance. Maybe you want to build a career in finance. Maybe you just want to, create a path for yourself in finance. You want to learn about financial education, how to make money, how to, how to increase wealth, in this dispensation legally. Then the investment consortium uh, is a very good place to associate yourself with. Basically the investment consortium is located in the University of Benin campus, but then we are expanding to other campuses. So if you are interested and you want this good thing that is happening on the University of Benin campus to spread across to your various campuses. You have a group of young people you want to also, impact. The investment consortium, uh, you want the investment consortium to reach your various campuses. You can reach out to Tumishola Olu on Facebook and chat him up. Then is going to come in. Tumishola Olua is the presiding president for the investment consortium, and so we want to spread our tentacles. We want to reach out to more students, more young people. We want to give out financial educations to more younger people. We want to bring more younger people into the space of financial intelligence. So, and of course, if not for the the internet, it would have been difficult for us to have this kind of conference, reaching out to various places across across the globe. The last one we had was physically. The last one we had was on the University of Benin campus. It was a physical program, and then but then because of the happenings, this one had to go virtual. So we cannot be everywhere, but if you want to have the investment consortium on your campus, you can reach out to Tumishe, and Tumishe is going to put you through. We have a lot of sponsors, we have a lot of partners, we have industry leading partners. There are many, and then they can assist us with internship. They can assist us with they can recommend us for internship. They can assist us with trainings and you know uh, a lot of other things. So if you want the investment consortium, in essence, all I've been saying is if we want to spread our tentacles, we want to reach out to more students. So if you want the investment consortium to reach out to your campus, then you can chat to Michelle through how we are going to go about it. All right. So technical crew, can you please
Okay.
give us the video again of the program? We would love to see. I mean the banners, the animation of the flyers.
I'm fine. Why are you laughing? Yeah. Why? 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 Why are you going to? Nothing. So, you really didn't have some of the national space. Picture anything else. That's what you're going to do. This way you go. This year, I'm seeing space. When I came, I was trying to make a payment on my life, but when they sent me, the thing, what did debit me? So when the message, debit, that message, I send the thing. So I'm scared. Why I can't send the message? So that's why I said you should wait.